Ladies and gentlemen, I will have a live stream to discuss this topic at around 4:30 p.m. Pacific time today. This is a very interesting state of affairs. I'm going to read you an NPR article. The PENCE testimony could set up a showdown over executive privilege, and it talks about a demand for testimony by and documents from the new special counsel and against Trump towards Mike Pence. So former Vice President Mike Pence, Department of Justice, could set up a showdown over executive privilege. Former President Donald Trump has repeatedly invoked the legal protection to block testimony of his allies and demands for testimony related to January. He may do so also in Pence's demand for request for testimony by Jack Smith. Interestingly enough, one of the reasons that Pence is being investigated for classified documents is because, inadvertently, because of Trump's he's justified in doing so. Trump's reasoning that, hey, there's executive privilege here. I'm not going to just give you every document that I have when I was a former president. No other president has done that. So they're going after Trump, and they're doing things to Donald Trump that they've never done to anyone else. You have to ask why. That's a whole other issue, but why are they doing this? Because in the latest polls, he defeats mashed potato brains, DeSantis, and also Kamala Harris. So he defeats Joe Biden in the latest 2024 poll. They cannot stop Trump, okay? So they have to investigate him forever. He didn't commit a crime. So the man didn't commit a crime, so now what do you do if you're Democrats and if you're the Justice Department and if you're Merrick Garland? You have Biden almost certainly set up by either President Obama or Hillary Clinton because there's classified documents he had as senator. He did not have the ability to declassify documents as senator. Pence and Biden as vice president had some ability to declassify according to President Obama's executive order, but they did not have the authority of a commander-in-chief. So they're both in legal jeopardy, especially with Hunter and the laptop and the New York Post reporting that shows clear violations of the law, felonies within those emails. You'd have to read the New York Post and the specific emails. Every defense of Hunter and Joe never addresses the actual specific emails and the money flow. But with Pence, he is now brought into everything because of the executive privilege claim, which, Trump is justified in claiming. Okay, he did not commit a crime. So Trump did not commit a crime in January. He didn't commit a crime with the classified records. They're going after him because they're desperate for the public relations. Okay, it doesn't take 7 years to indict somebody. It takes 7 years to try to torment them and utilize the government against them. But hit subscribe to this channel. I'll be here. Be here for the live stream. We'll have a live stream today at around 4:30, maybe even earlier. I'm going to step things up. I'm going to reach out to a number of awesome, amazing people on YouTube. And we're going to have some really wonderful interviews in the next couple of months. And hopefully I can do a lot more collaborations and interviews and discussions with really wonderful, awesome, amazing people. And so we have 203,000 subscribers. Why not? I think that would be a wonderful evolution of this channel as well. And so hit subscribe here. Hit subscribe to H.A. Goodman's other channel. I'll have a segment today. To my super thanks. Thank you so much. The super thanks is below, and I know people have started to give super thanks, and I appreciate your support greatly. It's right next to the like and the share buttons. My Patreon is below. To my new Patreons, I cannot thank you enough. And go to hagoodman.com to read my writing in The Hill, the Huffington Post, Salon, the Jerusalem Post, the Federalist, and other publications, and become part of a newsletter there. But ladies and gentlemen, Pence always marketed himself as the good Republican, and he got the media coverage up until recently. Now he is brought into anyone close to Trump is going to be tormented and investigated. Being the good Republican is not a force field or shield from being investigated simply because you're within close proximity of Trump. There's no reason for Pence to have been investigated. Apparently, they found classified documents. This whole thing emanates from Madam Secretary. I think Hillary will be the 24 nominee, but who benefits from all of this? You have to ask who benefits. Did Hillary call Merrick Garland? No. Nobody is saying that. And if you're a wonderful, highly educated, morally superior liberal Democrat, God bless you. If you're watching this channel, left, right, center, God bless you. I'm voting Trump. I want record low poverty, and I want the Doha Agreement, Abraham Accords, first president to step foot in North Korea. We did not have an invasion under Trump. We did not have spy balloons. And the absurd rebuttal that, yes, we did. Why? Because somebody said we did? Where is the evidence? These are the people who care so much about information that misinforms, yet they have a complete lack of basic logic. Where is the evidence? There were any spy balloons under Trump. Where's the evidence? Oh, well, you know what happened? Biden's intelligence chiefs found the evidence. Well, then show the American public. Show the American public the evidence that there were spy balloons under Trump's administration. Don't just say, anonymous officials say it happened. You could do that with anything. You could buy a sports franchise simply saying that you have enough money. Okay? At the end of the day, you need proof and evidence. Anyway, Pence is brought into all of this because of Trump's claim of executive privilege, which he has a right to claim. He communicated with his vice president, and you're going to see now Pence also claiming that Trump had executive privilege. You're going to see Pence now backing up Trump because he has to, because it's in his benefit to do so. And the thing with Mike Pence is that he never defended Trump in the manner that a vice president should. The second they went after Michael Flynn, for example, Lieutenant General Michael Flynn, they utilized Pence and they said, oh, well, he lied to Pence. That very moment, Mike Pence should have said, you know what, this is nonsense. Whatever happened between the National Security Advisor, Michael Flynn at that time, and Pence, Pence should have said, you know what, that's nonsense. I'm not going to allow the media to utilize me into trying to force out a cabinet member. But he didn't do so. And so you see, he always tried to, even recently, the past couple of months, he's like, oh, yeah, there's a lot of great people in the Republican Party that, there might be better options than Trump. It's like, Trump, his policies worked. Objectively, the economy was better. We had record highs in household median income. We did not have 6, 8, 9% inflation. We did not have an invasion in Europe. We did not have spy balloons, and anyone who said that we did has not given the evidence. And the only way they can stop Trump is by investigating him endlessly. And now Pence is brought into it, and it's because he never really stood up for Trump. And now he's being caught within this hurricane or whirlwind, this tornado of investigations. He never spoke up against Mueller. He didn't speak up against this new special counsel. And so that's what happens. When you remain silent and you know that somebody is being tormented or bullied, that's a problem, because then the bully's going to go after you. So oftentimes, if you can speak, if it's possible for you to stand up, then do so. Sometimes it's not. That's a whole other story. Anyway, the point is, Pence made his bed with all of this. it's amusing. It's amusing because he's the good Republican. Now he has to deal with the Federal Bureau of Investigation. But the Federal Bureau of Investigation is they are more willing to help the Democratic Party in cases that we've seen recently for the past 7 years. If it is the Honorable James Comey with Madam Secretary's servers, no reasonable prosecutor would indict. No, nobody knows how she transferred top secret intel onto servers. How on earth is that even possible? We never learned that. It's not even physically or from a cyber perspective possible. Okay? I think she'll be the 24 nominee. Okay, but I'm just saying. It's not even possible. Okay, but it happened. With Trump, he's commander-in-chief and had the ability to declassify anything. They knew records were at Mar-a-Lago. He was negotiating with the National Archives, and it's a new big thing now. They couldn't get him on January tax returns, working with the Kremlin. They couldn't get him on anything. They couldn't get him in Georgia. They're probably going to find some way to indict him before 24 because they can't stop the man. And if Trump makes peace with the Georgia and Arizona Republican parties, there's no stopping Trump. But anyway, Pence is caught up, and it's almost as if Trump, in a way, set up Pence inadvertently, which is kind of hilarious. Give me your thoughts below. Be here for the live stream today at around 4 p.m. Thanks, everybody.